I know I told you guys that this channel will strictly be vlogs and stuff like that, and all of the talking videos will be on the podcast, in which I am obviously bumming my equipment today from the podcast setup, but it has been nonstop snowing. It's weird. It usually doesn't snow. I mean, it gets cold every year, of course, here in Missouri, but usually doesn't snow as much as it has. So today, we're stuck inside. I've been stuck inside, and this is more or less of a bike check. This is going to be, I've had this bike just under 2 years. This is going to be more of a 2-year review. I'm going to go over not every single part, but the highlights of the bike, my favorite interesting things about it. And at the very end, I don't know if you guys have seen Doug DeMuro at the end of his car review videos, he gives a Doug score. And today I'm going to give a, I don't know what to call it, a stonk score, I guess. I guess that's what's on my hoodie. We'll call it a stonk score today. And it's going to be on a scale of 0 to 50. So yeah, welcome to my 2019 Sunday Soundwave and Odyssey complete, custom BMX bike build. But before we get into it, I just want to say thank you so much for all your support. The store has been doing awesome. If you guys would like to pick up some merch, of course, the link's always in the description. I'm wearing a Stonks hoodie today. But more importantly, I've started a membership program because since all of this shit showedness have happened, my brand deals have dropped, of course, and it's just a little bit harder to make as much income on the channel. So I've started this membership program. I don't want to spend too much time on this, but when I first started the membership program, we got one member, right? I was stoked. We got one member. You get discounts on merch, early access to every video, access to a private Discord, which is actually really cool. People are in that right now. As in people, I mean one person and me. So if you want to come hang out, become a member and we can chat and answer questions. And it's really cool because I'm trying to do something a little bit different with that. You know, when you come to this channel, I've always tried to bring you something that you can't get anywhere else, whether it's been a bike roast or whether it's a podcast. Now, a new Discord for members of the Greyson Roberts channel or the Greyson Roberts show. If you're a member for either one, it goes to the same Discord. So you don't have to be a member of both channels, just one. And I'm gonna have a section on there for how-tos, so you guys can ask questions on, hey, how do I do this trick? Hey, how do I upload this YouTube video? Hey, how do I start a brand? Or just general questions. We've got memes on there. I've got a whole big vision to build this community on Discord with the members of these two channels. So like I said, we got that one guy, then he went away, so we went back down to 0. But then we immediately got another guy. And as of yesterday, we got another guy. So we have 2 members right now, and I want to thank you guys so much for your support. But long story short, if you would like to become a part of a positive and productive community where you can answer questions or get your questions answered, please help me in building this Discord for everyone. I just think it's another unique thing that you guys can gain from being loyal members of this channel. Anyway, so this bike I got just under 2 years ago, and let me tell you all of the parts that I have had for 2 years, right? So obviously the grips I've had to change out, the par ends I've had to change out, but the Odyssey, I believe these are the, honestly, I'm not going to tell you what bars these are because I don't remember what they are. I don't remember most of these parts, to be honest. I'll have to actually think about it and then edit it in post. But the bars right here, they're Odyssey, they're 9.5-inch rise. Boom, 2 years. They've been through nose manuals. The crossbar's been beat to shit. Like I've abused these bars unbelievably, especially with nose manuals. These have been through the ringer, and they've held up perfect. I mean, 2 years. I have no plans of upgrading. They're really scratched, but I don't really. They're scratched, and it just doesn't. Usually, when you scratch bars or you scratch parts, it just rusts like crazy. But I mean, you can see where they're scratched. But I don't really see any bad rust, so that's awesome. The stem I've had for 2 years. It's the Brock Rayford Raft stem. It's the old one from 2 years, I guess. I actually fell. Like, this is the hardest my bike has ever taken an impact, and I'll throw in some B-roll over here. But right here, you can see it actually like. My stem hit the corner of a concrete ledge. It was in a vlog. I got it on camera, and it hit it unbelievably hard. I thought for sure my bike snapped in fucking half, dog. It was bad. So, but it still holds up fine. It's just got that, it's rough right there, and it's sharp as shit, but, I mean, it still runs perfectly, and, I mean, the forks I've had, the Odyssey R25s, believe it or not, I've had the same pegs and sleeves for 2 years. I think they're the Odyssey graduate pegs, and I've had these sleeves for 2 years, and they still run. Same with the hub guards. Front wheel, Odyssey hazard light, complete wheel, that's been 2 years. Seat's been 2 years. Cranks have been 2 years. Sprocket's been 2 years. I think it might be easier if I tell you what I have changed. So imagine everything in this bike is still 2 years old, besides grips, tires, pedals, and chain. But recently, my Odyssey V2 clutch coaster totally blew up on me. It's been at the shop for a month, and I still haven't heard back. Like, I don't know what's wrong with it. There must be something big wrong with it. Maybe they're waiting on parts and stuff like that. But long story short, I destroyed that hub. But it was 2 years of total abuse. I mean, tail whips, hop tail whips. Like, tail whips was pretty much what was made that. And I never cleaned it. I never greased it. I never did any maintenance on it. And I abused the shit out of it, but it lasted strong for 2 years, so I don't blame it at all for breaking. That's totally understandable. Right now, I'm on some E-Claw hub loaned from the bike shop. Thank God. I love this hub. It's a cassette. It's so much fun. But that's what I'm on now temporarily. Then I'm going to give that back whenever I go pick up my free coaster. But tires, they're different. I used to have the Path Pros. I had those for about a year, and I mean, I just got new ones, so they almost lasted 2 full years. They were so bad that they were actually showing like what is it called? The whatever the thing underneath the tire. I don't know how to explain it, but now I've got the Odyssey Chase D Hearts. I wanted more Path Pros. They didn't have them at the shop, so I just went ahead and got these. It doesn't make a difference to me, honestly. And the chain, I had some Odyssey key chain, and I just had a horrible experience with it. I fucking hated it. Got rid of that. And then I got this Colt chain that was $8 that I like much better. I mean, I've been through multiple pedals. I like the BSD Safaris, but I got the Chad Curleys because that's what they had in stock, and Chad Curley is like my favorite rider. But the most important part of the whole bike, of course, is and I haven't done that in a while, is the frame. Odyssey V3 frame in notepad yellow. Of course, it's not yellow anymore. I stripped it down, well, more or less stripped it down, and I respray painted it for a vlog. And I really like the color. I was supposed to just spray paint it, fuck it up, just have fun with it for a video, ride it for a couple days, then have it professionally powder coated. But I ended up, I mean, it's super scratched and it looks horrible. But to be honest, I really like the color. I just like that I have a vlog I can go back and like, hey, this is what we did. I don't know. It's just a fun memory. It was a fun couple days with me, Thug, and Bart, and we filmed a vlog painting our frame. And I don't know. It's just like a good memory to me. So I like it. I'm keeping it for now. I don't know. Like I said, I'm not too concerned about how it looks or how any of it looks. As long as it rides well, that's the important part. It might look like shit, but hey, everything's tight. Everything is, when you ride the bike, you're like, damn, this ride's pretty good. I ride like 85 PSI, a tight chain. Depends on your riding style, but it's a good balance for park and street. That's what I love about it. But yeah, this frame is totally awesome. I love this frame. My favorite frame in all of BMX. My only gripe with it is that I really do not like most of the colors that come out in this frame. That's why I spray painted it. That's why I might have to move on to a new frame. I want to powder coat it, but honestly, I think it's going to take a couple weeks for that to happen. And now might be the best time, but I still have an indoor here, and I hate to drop it off at the powder coat place, want to go ride, and be like, shit, well, I can't go ride for 2 weeks. So I don't know what I'm going to do, but I guess I'll just keep it. Maybe I've been thinking about buying a volume frame. I don't know. I'm not really too concerned with it. I like this for now, and I don't really plan on changing it in the near future, I guess. Maybe if something comes up, maybe if I break it. But it's got lifetime warranty, but I might have avoided it because, first of all, I sanded only half of it off. If you see a lot of scratches, there's 3 different colors. So there's the raw frame, then there's this black protective coating, and then there's the yellow paint. Sometimes you see silver, sometimes you see blue, sometimes you see black, sometimes you see yellow. There's 4 different shades on this bike. It looks ridiculous. And yeah, but overall, the bike has been chugging for 2 years of heavy abuse. Obviously, BMX is my full-time job. Well, YouTube isn't. YouTube is my full-time job, but BMX is obviously my content, so I ride a lot and very hard. Not even that I'm that good at riding, it's just I really try things to keep you guys entertained. Therefore, the bike sometimes get tossed and thrown, and I don't throw my bike out of anger, just like sometimes, you bail, you gotta dip the bike, and I cannot believe that this bike is still holding up. The back wheel is just like the most abused part. That's totally understandable that blew up. There might be a warranty on it. I don't know. I've heard nothing but horrible things about the full factory warranty and just like getting shit done over there. I've heard terrible things about it from almost everybody. So I'm not really counting on that. I want to buy this cassette E-Claw wheel from the owner of the Reds BMX here in Springfield, Missouri. Check him out if you're ever in town. I absolutely love it. But anyway, so now on to the score. How long have we been going? Only going on 11 minutes. This is weird. Usually I'm used to sitting here for an hour and a half on a podcast. So I've got some notes written down, so that way I've got it all calculated. I really thought about this. This isn't just off the top. I made this a little Google Doc last night about it. So first category, we've got 5 categories. Each category is worth 10 points, all equaled up to 50. So first is swag factor. It's got a bad paint job. I mean, it's a cool frame. It's got the wave, what the fuck is it called? The wave tubes on the top, wave tubes on the bottom. It's got a unique color. They don't make this color, but it is a terrible paint job. And overall, the bike is totally bland. I mean, it's got a unique paint job done terribly, so it's not like it adds any points. And the rest of it's black and pretty beat up. It's not new. It's not fresh. It's not, there's no, whatever that crazy hub, the revolutionary fucking I don't know. There's no new technology on here. It's not titanium or whatever people are doing these days. It's pretty bland and beat up and poorly done at that. So swag factor is 4 out of 10. Handling, I will say, it's not the lightest bike. It's not the heaviest either, but it does have tight spokes, good amount of PSI, whether that's good or bad, but it feels firm, it feels fast, it's got a nice tight chain, and to some people that might be the worst bike ever, but to me personally, in my opinion, I like a lot of PSI, I like a tight chain so I can do tail ups and I can do them fast. You can roll fast, all the spokes are tight, there's no noise, it doesn't make any noise, there's no creaking, it's just everything's perfectly tightened, everything's very, very, very dialed. Also doesn't have the lightest parts, or probably has some of the strongest parts, but not everything. Like I said, I have an $8 chain and don't have a guarded sprocket. But in terms of getting on the bike, riding it, and doing tricks, and how good it feels, how well it handles, it's a 7 out of 10. Now, quality. Most of this is covered by a warranty, in which I've probably voided the frame. I don't know. I don't really care. I'm going to keep it, and it's probably never going to break on me. And come on. I've had this thing for 2 years. I've got 2 years worth of proof on my YouTube channel of how hard I rode this and how well everything is held up. So, quality is an easy 10 out of 10. I very rarely do any bike maintenance. Even tubes. I rarely pop tubes. And the only big problem I've ever had, I never broke pedals. The original pedals, I never broke them. I only replaced them because I wanted to, because they got a little bit worn down. But the only big problem with this bike is this hub. And the rim was still fine. The spokes were fine. It was just something inside of the hub. But I am going to give this quality a 10 out of 10. Now, next category is features. And what do I mean by features? Well, let me explain. There are no bar pads. I don't have any tennis balls in the spokes. I don't have a guarded sprocket. I don't have the little frame baggy thing. I don't have the cool seat where you can unzip it and put your fucking stuff in there, I do have 4 pegs. I do have 4 hub guards, but I don't have, the free coaster, the bike light, the frame pad, all the little random things that people are putting on their bikes these days. I have none of them. Unguarded sprocket, full link chain, cassette, this is as raw as it gets. Aside from I do have pegs, but features, it's a 3 out of 10. Now, final category is value. And I think that, of course, this frame coming in at just over $400 is pricey. It's very pricey, right? But I believe, in my opinion, whether it's right or wrong, I believe this is the best frame. It's my favorite frame. I don't mind paying money for that. And it comes with a lifetime warranty, right? So it's like you buy a frame one time and you got it for life. And I think my wheels are the same, the forks. I take all of the stickers off of everything, so I don't really know what has warranty and what doesn't, but I'm pretty sure the cranks, most of this bike is covered from lifetime warranty. So it's a one-time investment, and then you just get it replaced for the rest of your life, right? So it's just tremendous value, and it's not totally overpriced. This isn't the most expensive fork. Those aren't the most expensive rims. These aren't the most expensive cranks, but a lot of them are lifetime. They're incredible quality, and the value is awesome. But like I said, I've heard just nothing but problems when it comes to the dealing with the warranties and the little ins and outs and blah, 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 whatever you want to call it, actually pretty much getting your part replaced or getting something fixed or having a problem. I've heard literally for a very, very long time from all of the people I've ever talked to, nothing but problems with that. So, at the end of the day, there might be a reason why my free coaster is still at the bike shop about a month later, because, hey, a lot of my friends have had clutch problems and have had even more problems dealing with getting them fixed. So value is only going to be an 8 out of 10 just because I've heard that, Full Factory is slacking compared to the rest of the industry. Anyway, guys, that was the nearly 2-year review of, I believe, my 2019 Sunday, Soundwave, and Odyssey complete bike. Hope you guys enjoyed. And don't forget to check out the channel membership. Hit that like button if you enjoyed it. Pick up your merch if you feel like it. And hey, I'll see you. I'm just staring at a pile of snow right now. I don't know. I'll see you at some point.